सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै। श्लोक नंबर 24। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम् शङ्करस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसः यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्। From the second half of the 20th shloka, the topic of Loka Sangraha, the topic of wise person's approach towards action is discussed. The wise person, being a wise person, doesn't require anything in the world because he or she has attained the fullness, the purpose of life, and therefore nothing remains to be accomplished. But if that wise person happens to be in a particular setup, he is a householder or is leading a particular group, then even though he doesn't require anything to be done for himself, but as long as he is in a setup, he is leading a group, he is a role model, then he or she should do action. In fact, should do is not a word, he would do action. Should word we use for that person who is not really a wise person but thinks himself to be a wise person and wants the exemption from karma based on wisdom. I am a wise person, why should I do action? He is not really a wise person, but he thinks himself to be a wise person. It is something like this. This elder brother is telling, no, I have by-hearted everything, so I will not study. I will go and play. Let my younger brother play. Then mother will say, even though you are by-hearted, but for your brother's sake you study. Because if you don't study, your brother also will not study. So similarly, a wise person doesn't require karma for oneself. But still, wise person will do karma so that people who are looking up to him will not be misled, will not quote him as an example to escape from duties. Because human mind has got this tendency to escape from responsibility, especially quoting some precedents. They will say, what? He is not doing, why should I do? In the family situation also it is there. My brother is not doing, why should I do? My leader is not doing, why should I do? And therefore, a wise person, being a responsible person, even though he doesn't require anything to be done for himself, still he will do it. So that people are not misled. People do not take wrong example from him. And that is called karma doing for Loka Sangraha. Loka Sangraha, simple meaning is Sangraha, one meaning protection. Loka means people. For the protection of people, for the well-being of people, or for the avoidance of misleading people. And when you are a responsible leader, it is your responsibility that people do not get misled by seeing you. You do not need certain things, but they need, therefore you do it. And that is being said. And Bhagavan gave his own example. Arjuna, I being what I am, I do not require anything to be done. But still I am engaged in activities. Because if I do not do activities, people will follow my example. And therefore, people will escape from the duties. And when duties are not done, then the harmony in the totality is lost. And therefore, the world will be finished spiritually, and in long term, world will be finished physically also. Because when people become materialistic in their view, they will be always the self-centered. And for their selfish purpose, they don't mind destroying the world. As I have told you, this sub-country, some dam made is so huge that it has affected the very motion of the earth. Such a huge size of dam this was made. So it is affecting in course of time. The rotation of the earth will be is the time taken by the earth will be affected. Now it is with 000 something is there, but in when it is 1,000 years at all, it will be affecting. Hundreds of years it will be affecting. So people become self-centered and it can affect the totality. And therefore Bhagavan says, I am doing the karma. And therefore, seeing my example, Arjuna, even if you think you are a wise person, still you do karma. That is the message Bhagavan is giving. In the 25th sloka, Bhagavan said, Avidvam saha, ignorant people, karmani saktaha santaha, being attached to karma. Being attached to karma means having the identification with this karma, that this is my karma, I am doing karma, and I will get the result. That is called karmani asakta. Karmani phalecha asakta. They are attached to karma, having the identification with karma, and having this desire for result, they are doing. Yatha kurvanti. How they do action very diligently. When people want to attain some particular, particular promotion or particular seat, how diligently they work. persistently they work. Yatha kurvanti, tatha. Similarly, Vidwan, a wise person also kuryat. Wise person also will do the karma. But difference is what? Asaktaha. Not being attached to karma. And not being attached to karma means not identifying with the body mind sense complex and claiming oneself to be the doer. I am doing. Without me, who will do it? That type of identification, the doership, sense of doership is not there. And another thing is that obsession with the result, particular result, the expectation of particular result to have sense of fulfillment, that also is not there. Generally, ignorant people, what is their approach to karma? If I do this, then I will be fulfilled in my life. So, ignorant people do karma for happiness, for fulfillment. Whereas the wise people, asaktaha, means wise people do not any activity for fulfillment, but with fulfillment. Like we saw in the last class, that some people, they do gambling for money. Whereas some rich people, they happen to go to casino and they do gambling with money, not for money. It is the fun for them. It is not that if I win in this casino, then only I will be able to have my meal. That is not the situation. He is doing with money, not for money. But he will be playing well. It is not that he will not play well. So just as ignorant people do karma diligently, persistently, carefully, attentively, similarly, wise people also do actions diligently, persistently, attentively, but without expecting benefit, without expecting material benefit that if this comes, then I will be fulfilled, then I will have happiness, then I will be Purna. That is not there. It is something like father playing with the son. So, father is playing not to prove that he is a great player, but to inspire, make the son play. And winning or losing does not matter to the father. Father will be playing sincerely, but winning, losing does not matter. If he is an intelligent father, losing, winning should not matter. He should not fight with his son. So you did this cheating and all this. The father and son fighting. Mother has to be in between. So mother has to become a judge. That type of situation, immature father. And father is playing just to inspire his child. Then in case son doesn't want some situation because son is losing and he said, I don't want to play. Then father say, okay, you don't want to play? Alright. So father does not have insistence that he should win. See, now you are losing, I am winning, and you say, I don't want to play. Perhaps he can say that, see, this is not a good spirit, etc. But son starts crying. Then father will not insist. If father insists, then he is immature father. He has lost the spirit. Why he is playing? He is not supposed to be playing for winning. He is playing for inspiration to his son. Similarly, the wise person will do karma to inspire the ignorant people. If he doesn't do, then people will be lazy and therefore he will be doing. That is said here, Chikirshur Loka Sangra. So what is the motivation for wise person to do karma? Chikirshuhu, being desirous of Loka Sangraham, the well-being of people. Only that much is there. He will be doing very sincerely, will be doing very diligently. But only idea is Loka Sangraham, let people be happy. Like Pujya Swamiji, he used to travel a lot. For what? Loka Sangraham. So that people get inspired. That is required. People to get inspired. He is looked up to. He is a role model. And people have so much, what is called, people want to be inspired by him. Therefore, Chikirshu Loka Sangraham. Everybody did not do what he did. But everybody should play his or her role properly. In whichever setup you are, you play it well. So that others also learn to play their role well. Now in the next shloka, Bhagavan is giving one more suggestion to the wise people. When they are in the field of activities with everybody, then what should be his approach to karma and what type of message he should give to people about karma. That is said in the next shloka, very popular shloka, very useful for the people who are little bit exposed to Vedanta but not fully assimilated Vedanta. Then they can become the cause for misleading others, and that should be avoided. That is being said in the next shloka. Na buddhi bhedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani vidvan yuktas samacharan. So he says, Vidwan, a wise person, buddhi bhedam na janayet. This is a very popular sentence. Buddhi bhedam means, bheda means confusion. Buddhi means in the intellect or in understanding. Wise person na janayet, should not create. Buddhi bhedam means the confusion in the intellect or confusion in the understanding of ajnanam, ignorant people. What type of ignorant people? Karma sanginam, who are attached to karma. So wise person should not create any confusion in the understanding or the intellect of ignorant people who are attached to, committed to karma. What is the idea conveyed here? That an ignorant person, he is doing some activities, some laukika karma and some religious activities. And now, to that person who is doing some karmas, therefore he is earning punya, he is contributing to the society, and to that person you go and tell, na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage neike, means by karma you will not get moksha. You are doing all karma. Do you think karma will get you moksha? No way. You do religious activities or you do secular activities, no karma can give you moksha. What will give you moksha? Only jnanam gives you moksha. And you know what will happen? It will create the confusion. That person will be disheartened. Oh my God. See, this such a great person is telling that what I am doing will not get me what I want. And therefore what? He is right now not qualified for exclusive pursuit to knowledge. Therefore he will not be going for this knowledge. And karma you have demotivated. Therefore what will happen? He will go into this tamoguna, laziness. It is something like somebody is every day coming to the temple early morning 5:30 and nicely chanting, doing some seva in the temple, and somebody says, do you think this will give you moksha? You should do contemplation, nididhyasana. This is all gross things, all for beginners. You are here in the ashram for 10 years and still you are doing this contemplation. Contemplation will give moksha. So what will happen? This person will stop coming to the temple because you are a very big role model. You are considered to be a wise person. So what will happen? He will stop coming to the temple. With great difficulty he had inspired himself. Some people had inspired. Now he will stop coming to the temple early morning. And he is not capable of doing dhyanam. So what will happen? He will sleep. He will sleep more. Earlier he was getting 4 o'clock, 4:30. Now he will get up at 6:30. Because breakfast time is 7:30. So this is what happens. So that is said, Buddhi Bedam. Buddhi means understanding. What type of understanding? This karma is to be done by me. Maya idam kartavyam. This going to the temple should be done by me. If I go to the temple, I will earn the grace of Ishvara. And because of that, I will progress in my life. I will grow in my life. This is called buddhi. This is called understanding of ignorant person with regard to karma and its result. And we should inspire him to do that. Instead of that, there is somebody who is a kacha gagdani, who is not ripened wise person. He thinks himself to be wise person. He has got some knowledge and he starts thinking he is a wise person. And when you get something and you have not assimilated, you will tom it. Wisdom, moksha, and all this. Therefore, you tell everybody and you confuse people. What will happen? That person whom you say that karma does not give moksha, jnanam, then is buddhi what? Chalanam. So buddhi Vedam is this, the confusion in the buddhi. His thinking, his commitment to karma will be disturbed. And therefore what will happen? He is neither able to do karma nor is able to go to jnana. Ubhaya brashta he will become. Ubhaya brashta means what? He will be deprived of both the pursuits. Karma was giving him some purity, some activity, some agility, that he will be deprived because you have taken him out from that by demotivating. Jnanam is not fit for. Therefore what? He will not get the result of the Jnana Yoga, he will not get the result of Karma Yoga. What will happen? He will become lazy. Nidra Yoga only. No Karma Yoga, Savasana only he will do. And therefore it is said, a wise person should not create confusion in anybody's mind. See, to create Shraddha takes years together. For that person to be regular in going to the temple must have taken months together to be regular. Initially he must have been lazy. Sometimes he was coming late and all this. Now with so many years of struggle, he is regular. To create Shraddha, to create commitment, it takes so many years. But to break that, it doesn't take much time. And again to recreate will take so much time. It is same relationship, To develop intimate relationship takes so many years. But it can be broken in no time. And again you want to rebuild, again it takes time. Therefore, we should never break anybody's commitment to right activity. Even this person is doing some secular activities. Every day morning he is going for a walk, running, etc. Let him do that. Oh, what is the use of running and all? You should meditate. What is running like a horse you are running? So something like that. You put him down. You are a human being. What is this running? Are you what? A running race horse or what? What is this? The person feels very bad. So he stops running. Sleeps. Oh, that's all. Put on more weight. That's what will happen. Therefore, a responsible wise person should not create any confusion. Therefore, wise people, the Shankaracharyas is all, they generally don't teach Vedanta in the public. They more talk about dharma only. You must have seen the Shankaracharya's when they give public talk, their emphasis always will be on dharma. Because sometimes Vedanta, if it is served to the person at inappropriate time, it can mislead. You are Brahman, everything is Brahman. You are free from doership, you are free from enjoyership. Anything you do, nothing touches you. If it is said like this, person said, that is what I wanted. So he said, now from tomorrow onward I will start drinking, I will start eating all this which I was trying to stop. Now Swamiji, you gave me nice way. After drinking, I should say, I am a non-drinker. I am a karta. I am a bhokta. Nice, Swamiji. So you are creating confusion. You are like you are bringing the person down, and that should not be done by a vice person. It's a very responsible. When you are a leader, it is a very responsible. Your statement should be responsible statement, not like some political leader, irresponsible statement. And afterwards they will to say, I don't mean it, I don't mean it, I don't mean it. Typically they meant it, but now they have to say what? I did not mean it. Very careful one has to be when one is leader. So that is said here, vice person who is looked upon as a leader should not create any confusion. What should he do? Karmani samacharan, doing his activities very well. Samacharan means doing very well. Karmani, Vidwan, a wise person. Joshaye, Joshaye means should inspire. Should inspire people for doing karma. Because merely if you do lip service, you don't do and you ask others to do, then it will not have so much impact. As somebody says, what you are is so loud in my ears that I don't hear what you say. So, if you are lazy and you are telling everybody to be very active, it will have no meaning. You are getting up at 7 o'clock and you say everybody should get up early morning 4:30, it will not have any impact. So, as Swami Vivekananda nicely said, he said the power of words come from this character and silence. Character means the lifestyle you are leading. If you are not following lifestyle what you are leading, and then you tell others, I cook here very nice items in the kutia, and I tell people, all students, you should take simple food, you should not go out and eat any other food, and I am every day getting, then my words will have no impact. So when I teach others, I should follow it. So wise person, samacharan, doing his duty wherever he or she is in, samacharan. Even though he doesn't require to go to the temple, because the purpose of temple is chitta shuddhi, that is solved, but still wise person will go. Why? Because if he doesn't go, even though he doesn't need, but if he doesn't go, then seeing him, others will go. The others also will stop going. Therefore, samacharan karmani joshayet. Wise person doing karmas very well, he should inspire people for doing karma. Joshayet means he should inspire. He should inspire people to do karmas. But one thing is yuktaha. Yuktaha means mindful. Remaining mindful, he should do karma. Means he himself should not get lost in karma. It will be something like you try to rescue somebody who is drowning and you are drowned. That should not happen. So you save others, but by saving others, you should maintain your own balance. So yuktaha means remaining alert. Remaining alert means what? Remaining in his understanding of Atma, being Akarta, Atma being Purna, remaining in this understanding, Samahitaha, Avahitaha, being mindful, he does karma. So what is the suggestion given to the wise person? Suggestion to the wise person means suggestion to the person who thinks himself to be a wise person. It is not a suggestion for a wise person. It is a natural trait of a wise person. That's why we have two words in English, should and would. If a person is really a wise person, he would do this. If a person is not a wise person, thinks himself to be a wise person, then he should do it. So, wise person doing the karmas, remaining alert, remaining mindful about his vision, should inspire people. Because he is the source of inspiration for others, he is looked up to by many people, and therefore, without creating any confusion in people, he should do karmas. Now, in the next shloka, Bhagavan is telling that a wise person also is doing karma, ignorant person also is doing karma, then what will be the difference? Will wise person not be caught in karma? Because if you remain in a sticky surface, you will fall off, you will slip up. So, if wise person is remaining in the field of karma, karma phala, will he not be caught up in that? How he will be different from ignorant person? There must be some difference because of wisdom. What is the difference in the activities of a wise person and activities of ignorant person? That is being answered in the next shloka. प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. So in these three shlokas, 27, 28, 29, the difference between the activities of wise people and otherwise people, the difference is highlighted. First of all, physically there will not be difference in activities of ignorant people and wise people. It is not that ignorant person, when he does Sandhya Vandanam, he has to do this 3 times, Upasthanam to Surya, and this a wise person has to do only 1 time. It's not that. Sandhya Vandanam same. If ignorant person is doing 2 ahuti for Agnihotra, this wise person also will do 2 ahuti. Ahuti means oblation. So as far as the physical form or physical nature of the activities is concerned, there is no difference. Wise person and otherwise person, physically they will be doing the activities in the same manner. And also in terms of diligence means what? Attention and persistence. In terms of the diligence also there is no difference. It is not that the ignorant person will be doing very diligently, persistently, and this wise person, oh, I am a wise person. He just to show people I am doing, otherwise I don't care. When people are there, people are seeing, that time I do this karma, and moment they stop, I stop my Sandhya Vandanam. That is not correct. So, wise people will not have any laziness or any carelessness about action. So physical form of the activities will be same. Diligence in doing the activities also will be the same. So when he or she is doing, wise person, he will be doing as sincerely as ignorant person, if not more. In fact, ignorant people have so much anxiety, therefore they will not be able to have that much commitment, sincerity or efficiency. Whereas the wise person is free from that, therefore he will be able to do it with more focus. Ignorant people have got the anxiety, therefore every now and then their attention goes to the thought of the result. Therefore they are not having so much focus. Wise person doesn't have that. And therefore, as far as the sincerity, diligence is concerned, there is no difference. So physical form of the activity, no difference. In sincerity, diligence also no difference. Then what is the difference between the activities of wise people and otherwise people, ignorant people? One thing is, as we have seen earlier, wise person does not do action for happiness, for fulfillment. He or she does not think that after this project is over, then my life mission is accomplished. That is not there. Whereas ignorant person thinks, oh, I have to settle my children, I have to do this, then only I will be settled in my life. So wise person does not do karma for fulfillment. He has already got the fulfillment in life. Whereas ignorant people do it for fulfillment. That is first difference. Second is, Ignorant person, being ignorant person, when he is doing the activities, there is ignorance in the background. Ignorance about the true nature of oneself, true nature of the body, mind, sense complex. Whereas the wise person, being a wise person, will have wisdom. So second difference is Ajnani does karma with Ajnanam. Jnani does karma with Jnanam. And because of the difference of Jnanam and Ajnanam, the consequent difference is, corollary would be, that when the activities are happening, ignorant person will be having the sense of doership. I am doing, I have to do it. If I do not do, I will be having dereliction of my duty. I will be guilty. So ignorant person does karma with the sense of doership, whereas the wise person does karma without doership. What is the approach of wise person? That will be described in this 328 sloka. And that is, wise person says, or at least he understands, that I by myself, I am consciousness. I by myself am free from doership. All the activities are happening in my presence. And activities do not affect me. I am akarta. And therefore, the wise person is free from any guilt or any pride. If things did not go well, he will not have guilt. If things go well, he will not have the pride and elation. Whereas ignorant person, this karma is an avenue for proving oneself. If I am not doing well, what people will think? This anxiety is there. What people will think? What people will think? And therefore, he has got the pressure of proving oneself. Wise person doesn't have pressure. And because of that, the ignorant people have got guilt related to doership. The wise person is free from guilt related to this doership, born of doership. Another difference is that if activities are taken away from him for some reason, the wise person will not be missing it. Whereas ignorant person sometimes becomes so much attached to some karma that if that is taken away, will miss it. Feels very low, feels very down. In fact, in some family this happens, that mother is cooking for the son and now son got married. Now this daughter-in-law is cooking. So initially okay, afterwards the mother-in-law thinks that, oh, I am not doing anything, so my value is coming down. So starts manipulating, that my son likes only my food. He will not eat any other food. And she will somehow prove that she alone has to do. That is the condition of an ignorant person. He gets so much attached to the karma that remaining without karma is so much what is called boredom, emptiness. Whereas the wise person's approach is what? If something is to be done, I am ready. If it is taken away, that also I am ready. That is the maturity of a person with reference to action. If you hate doing something what is to be done, it is immaturity. If you cry, if it is not to be done now, then also immaturity. If something is taken away from you and you cry, why this is taken away from me? You start thinking that somebody has complained against me and all this you think. That is immaturity. What is maturity? I do not hate what is to be done in a given setup, and at the same time when it is taken away from me, I can happily remain without that action. That is the difference between the wise person and otherwise person. And wise person does not insist for a particular result. He does not connect his self-worth with the particular outcome of the action. That I am okay only if this particular result of the project comes. I am okay irrespective of the result of the project. That is the vision of a wise person. Whereas ignorant person thinks what? I am failure because this project failed. I am failure because the project failed. I am successful because project was successful. He connects his self-worth with the success and failure of the project. That is a mistake. You and your action, are different. Your action is coming from you. You are the one who is the source of. You need not have that claim about that I did and therefore I am successful. I am worthy of living only if I succeed in action. That is immaturity. You are you are exaggerating the role of karma and karma phala. When the wise person will say, this is to be done and this can have these four possibilities of result. As plan it can come, more than plan it can come, less than plan it can come, or it can be opposite. It is to be done, therefore do it. I remember Puja Swamiji when some years ago, about 20-25 years ago, he was in Baroda, Gujarat, and he was telling that we have to go to Coimbatore and some slaughterhouse was coming up, something was coming up that time. And he said, we will make some noise. He used a very nice expression. He said, we will make some noise. Nothing is going to happen, but we will make some noise. So that is called objectivity. Something is to be done so that, people remain aware, knowing fully well that, it will not have that because of us opposition, they will stop. But it is to be done. When I heard this, I really was really impressed by that. He said, I remember even now, about 25 or 30 years maybe, he said, we'll make some noise. That's a very objective statement. We will somehow do it, we'll make them do it. We'll make some noise. It is to be done. The leading that is to be done. It's to be done. So that type of objectivity is there. Whereas ignorant person has got subjectivity. What is this difference between subjectivity and objectivity? Objectivity means seeing things as they are. Subjectivity means you add your own value. You project your own value on situation. That is called subjectivity. The wise person is objective. Ignorant person is subjective. That is the difference. And here mainly the difference of the sense of doership is there in ignorant person and sense of doership is not there in a wise person. That is highlighted in these three shlokas. So what is said here? Prakrutehe gunaihi sarvashah karmani kriyamanani. This is a fact. All karmas in all respects, whether secular or religious, karmani kriyamanani are done. All actions are done by what? Gunaihi is a technical word. Gunaihi means by the sattva, rajas and tamo guna of prakriti. Prakrutehe of maya. So all activities are done by the sattva, rajas, tamo guna of prakriti. Means all activities are happening in the body, mind, sense complex, which is the product of sattva, rajas, tamo guna. How? If you have studied Tattva Bodha, our body is product of the tamo guna aspect of Panchamahabutas. Our mind is the product of the sattvic aspect of the Panchamahabutas. Our organs of action are these product of rajasic aspect of Sukshma Mahabhutas. Our pranas are the product of the rajas aspect of Panchamahabhutas. So our body, mind, sense complex is the product of the guna. Guna means the constituents of Prakriti. It means that all the activities are really happening in the body mind sense complex, which is the product of Prakriti, Maya. Because Atma, being free, cannot be the agent of action. Here, the Shastriya Siddhanta is that any activity is possible in that locus where modification is possible. Activity is possible only in that locus where modification is possible. See, I can do some activity here because here modification is possible. Anywhere you see, any activity presupposes the modification in its locus. In body, activities are possible because in body, modifications are possible. So every karma action presupposes the modification in its locus. And modifications are possible only in this body mind sense complex, not in Atma, because self is changeless. Self being changeless, it cannot have modification. Since it cannot have modification, it cannot be the agent of action. So where is activity? Activity is in the body mind sense complex, which is the product of Prakriti. But of course, without the presence of consciousness, activities are not possible. But Atma, consciousness itself, is not doing the activities. Like all the activities on the earth happen in the presence of the sun, but the sun itself, SUL sun, does not do the activities. Similarly, in the presence of Atma, me, consciousness, activities happen in the body mind sense complex, but I by myself am free from activities. So fact about the activities is that all karmas kriyamanani are done sarvashaha in all aspects prakrutehe gunaihi, by the products of the gunas of Prakriti. But what happens? Ahankara vimudhatma. It is a word for an ignorant person. An ignorant person, karta ahamiti manyate. Manyate means he considers what? I am karta. I am the doer of activities. Really, this person is Atma. Essentially, everybody is Atma only. And Atma is a karta. But this person thinks what? I am karta. I am the doer. Why? Ahankara vimudhatma. Here the word Atma has got the meaning mind. This person is having the mind which is vimudha, deluded variously. Vividam mudaha, deluded variously by ahankara. And here ahankara means identification with anatma, non-self. Anatmani atma pratyayaha. Karyakarana Sangate Atma Pratyaya means the I notion in the body mind sense complex is called Ahankara. So here Ahankara is not in the sense of arrogance. Many people think Ahankara means pride. No. Even if you say that I am a very small fellow, I am idiot Swamiji, I am good for nothing, according to Shastra, that also is Ahankara. If you say I am great, I have done all this, I am very beautiful, I am very handsome, I am very intelligent, I am a great singer, whatever you say, that also is Ahankara. And if you say, I am good for nothing, I am useless, I am dull, I am idiot, that also according to Shastra it is Ahankara. Why? Because when you say I am idiot, then also you are identifying with the mind, intellect. When you say I am intelligent, then also you are identifying with the intellect. So ahankara here does not mean pride. Ahankara means identification with this body mind sense complex which is not real I. So ahankara means identification with this body, senses, and mind. And because of this identification, ahankara, the mind of a person is vimudaha. Vimuda means variously deluded. And therefore he will say, I am fat, I am what is called khinnaha, I am sad, I am blind, or I am seeing very well, or I am very intelligent. In this manner, he is deluded variously. Means he considers himself to be as good as this body, mind, sense complex is. That is what the thinking of everybody is. If you ask him, who are you? I am a human being. That's a common thing. I am a human being. But this being a human being is the quality of the body. Body is a human being. But you are identifying with the body and you say, I am a human being. Or you say, I am a doctor, I am an engineer. So that is the qualification or the knowledge of the intellect. But you identify with the intellect and you say, I am a doctor, I am an engineer. And that is called Ahankara Vimudatma. Then you will be called this, you will get this title. A nice title. Ahankara Vimudatma. Big title. You are the one whose Atma, mind, is variously confused by this identification with Anatma. And people have so many complexes based on that. I am very fat, Swamiji. I was telling yesterday only, I was in the class that picture when we are taking photograph of the person and he has got very bulging belly, then he will try to squeeze it. And he will tell you, take photograph fast because how long I have to squeeze it? I came to know recently somebody did they squeeze in so that it doesn't look bulgy. How much complex we have. We have to dye our hair. So especially when photo function is there, we have to do all this. I should look young. How much is there? When I do not know something, but I have to pose myself to be knowing. Nowadays people have got complex. They Swamiji, I don't understand computer. So complex is there. You don't understand. You don't understand. Don't speak English. The people have complex. I tell people, see, you don't know Tamil well, you don't have complex. But you don't know English, you have got complex. Why you should have complex? If at all complex you should have, you don't know Tamil, being Tamilian, you don't know Tamil well. That you don't have. Oh, sorry, but English I don't know. Unnecessary. In India, this is because of this colonial rule that we had this. That English, if you know, you are intelligent. If English you don't know, you are unintelligent. Big complex people have. That was one movie. What is something English? Something was there. Huh? English. Something, yeah.
Sridevi.
Huh?
Sridevi.
English?
Actress Sridevi.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That is extra information. Okay. English, yeah. How much complex that lady had? Look. She is otherwise very good, making sweet very well. But English she doesn't know. She had very big complex. I have seen partly, so I know it. Yes. And she goes to the US and so much afraid. So it's so unnecessary. I am very happy that such movie was made because many people have this complex. English I don't know. So English is knowing English is the quality of the intellect. I am the Sakshi, I am the witness of the intellect which does not know English. That is wisdom. I am the Sakshi of this fat body. That's all. Why do you say I am fat? Your understanding is what? I am the witness of this body which is growing every day. That is the right understanding. Or, Swamiji, I am so dull nowadays. What is the wisdom? I am the witness of the mind which is dull now. That is wisdom. But generally what? Swamiji, I am so dull, and we have some tablets now for that. So you can become little, happy. So happiness, it raise your mood, etc. They all of them are called ahankara vibhudatma. And that person what? Manyate, considers him aham karta, I am the doer. You see how much pressure is there to prove that I did it. Some action was done. But people should know that I have done it. If somebody is taking some credit, I feel very bad. I have done it. I have cooked inside the kitchen, and this my friend is serving, and she is getting all compliments. Oh, food is very nice. Ah, thank you, thank you. She also doesn't clarify that cooking is done inside. And this inside lady is fuming. Kartaham iti manyate. You see, when this doership is there, there's so much value. Many times it happens that you do something very sincerely, somebody takes credit. And we feel very bad. But we don't know that sometimes we have got credit without doing things. That also we have done. It is not that every time is one-sided. Many times it happens that I got credit. Everybody did something, Swamiji, you are doing so well. I did not do anything, but I get credit. And sometimes I do something, I don't get credit. It's okay. So, karta, I am karta. And you have got doership, how do you know? Based on the compliments or criticism, how do you feel? How do you respond to that? If somebody says today your food was horrible, suppose you have cooked, how do you feel? If you have doership, you will feel so hurt, you will cry and cry and cry because you have invested so much emotionally on that. Otherwise, you can say that, yeah, today's food did not come out well. In Hindi, there is a nice saying, Raga raso yor pagadi bani banata banajai. Means what? Raga means a symphony, that raga, no? It is not that every time it comes out well. Sometimes comes out, sometimes doesn't come. So raga, bani banata banjai. If it happens, happens. Someday you see it comes out so well. Sometimes it doesn't come out. Similarly, rasoi. Rasoi means cooking also is like that. Sometimes comes out well. You never see, one day here the ladies finger sabji, my God, so much in demand, ran out. People say no sabji, but everybody took extra. Now one person has sponsored specially this ladies finger sabji. That is something. That is by the way. That lady can say, I don't want to sponsor vadai and all this. I want to special sabji like other day they made ladies fingers. So came out well. And sometimes it is sticky. Ladies fingers is like that if you put water, etc. All of you know this more than me. And it is another, this by the way. Raga, rasoi or pagadi. Pagadi means turban. Turban somehow, sometimes it comes out well. Sometimes however much you try, if you are not used to it, so sometimes comes out well. So it is like that. So you will be objective about it. Sometimes the talk comes out well, sometimes people are bored and somehow something doesn't come out well. That's like this. Bani banata banajai. So you are objective about this. This body, mind, sense complex has got its background. Sometimes it comes out well, sometimes it doesn't come out well. So when it comes out well and people praise, then also you take in your stride. Don't get so much up in the ninth cloud or something, they say. Don't go there. And if they criticize also, don't go in Patala Loka, down, Netherlands. Don't go there. Remain floating in the ground, over the ground. That is the approach. Whereas ignorant person, kartahamiti manyate. So, what is the approach or the attitude or the thinking of an ignorant person while doing the activity? He will consider himself to be the doer of activities, because of his identification with body, mind, sense complex where the activities are there. So activities are done by the body, mind, sense complex in my presence. That is the fact he is missing. He identifies with the body mind sense complex and aham karta iti manyate. I am doing in this manner, he considers. And now in the next sloka, the contrast will be shown that the wise person does not have this ignorance and therefore he does not consider himself to be karta. Those details we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha